Have you ever caught your dog sniffing another dog's and wondered why? It's one of the most bizarre behaviors you can witness, yet it's completely normal in the dog world. But what's the real reason behind this strange habit? Stick around as we dig deep into this canine mystery, uncover the surprising truth, and maybe even change the way you look at your furry friend. You won't believe what's really going on behind those curious sniffs. Trust us, you'll want to watch till the very end. 1. The mystery about sniffing when a dog sniffs another dog's behind. It's not just a greeting. In fact, this behavior is a form of canine communication that goes far beyond the simple act of saying hi. Dogs have an incredible sense of smell, far superior to humans, and they use it to gather critical information about one another. The behind is rich with pheromones, chemicals released by the body that give other dogs an insight into details like health, emotional state, diet, and even whether they are a potential mate. This behavior is deeply ingrained in your dog's instincts. When your dog sniffs another dog's behind, it's essentially reading a detailed bio of that dog. It can tell whether the other dog is feeling nervous, happy, or stressed. If your dog sniffs you in a similar way, it's simply gathering similar information about you. So while it might feel a little awkward, rest assured that for your dog, this is a normal and important part of their world. 2. Why dogs don't mind sniffing behinds, even yours. Now, you might be wondering, why is it so comfortable for dogs to sniff, but even ours? It's because for dogs, this sniffing is a crucial part of their sensory exploration. Dogs don't have the same boundaries that humans do when it comes to personal space or social norms. For them, sniffing another dog's behind is as normal as a handshake would be for us. It's their way of saying, I'm getting to know you. In fact, it's how they learn about each other's identity in a way that no other sense could provide. The pheromones that are released from the anal glands give your dog detailed information, things they can't pick up from sight, sound, or touch. So when your dog decides to sniff your behind, it's like they're getting a full report on how you've been feeling, where you've been, and what your health is like. Even though it might make us uncomfortable, it's just part of how dogs engage with the world around them. 3. Licking your feet. Dogs often lick their owner's feet, especially if they're sweaty. While it might seem a little gross for them, it's a delightful experience. Sweaty feet emit a salty aroma that dogs find irresistible. But it's not just about the taste. It's also a way for your dog to communicate. By licking, they gather information about where you've been. And let's not forget about affection. These foot licks are often a display of love from your dog. 4. The role of pheromones in dog behavior. What makes this behavior so intriguing is the role pheromones play. These chemicals carry a vast amount of information for dogs. They are able to detect these scents even in minute quantities, and pheromones can tell them everything from a dog's age and sex to its stress levels or excitement. In the wild, this was an essential survival tool for dogs, allowing them to figure out which animals in the area were friendly, which ones might be dangerous, and whether or not they should approach. Even though domestic dogs are now far removed from their wild ancestors, these instincts remain deeply embedded in their behavior. 5. Stealing your things and running away while frustrating. This behavior is all about excitement and affection. Certain breeds, like golden retrievers and Yorkshire terriers, are more likely to indulge in this kleptomaniac behavior. Your dog might steal a sock or a toy simply because it finds it fun and wants to play. It might also do this to get your attention, knowing that you'll chase after it. In a way, it's their way of saying, come play with me. Though it can be a nuisance, your dog is likely just trying to bond with you. 6. Why this might be uncomfortable for us, the idea but sniffing is a little unsettling. But in the dog world, this behavior is a way to assess one another, just as we might shake hands or exchange pleasantries. While we view it as strange, dogs view it as an essential social cue. When a dog sniffs another dog's behind, it's reading that dog's profile, its social status, health, and mood. For dogs, this isn't just a weird behavior. It's an important social ritual. It's how they maintain communication with others, ensuring their place in the pack, and gathering essential information. Point 7. Sniffing butts, a sign of friendship or curiosity. Interestingly, dogs don't just sniff the behinds of other dogs. They can do the same with humans, and this might leave us wondering, what's going on in their minds when they do this? For dogs, it's often about curiosity and gathering information, but it can also be a sign of affection. Just like how we might offer a handshake or a hug, dogs use sniffing to connect on a deeper level. It's their way of getting closer to you, understanding your state, and showing their own emotional connection. Even though the idea of a dog sniffing your behind might feel strange, keep in mind that it's a form of deep communication. Dogs are incredibly social animals, and for them, sniffing behinds is just another way of bonding and building trust. 8. The dog social world and communication. Dog behavior is all about communication. From wagging tails to barking and sniffing, dogs are constantly sending messages to each other. The sniffing of behinds is just one example of how dogs have evolved to use their powerful sense of smell to communicate with one another in ways that we, as humans, simply can't understand. Whether they're sniffing the behind of another dog, a human, or even an unfamiliar object, they're constantly gathering information about the world around them. The truth behind this behavior is not just about a greeting. It's a survival mechanism, an essential part of their instincts, and a way for dogs to understand their environment. They may not have the same social rules we do, but they have their own perfectly logical system for communication, and sniffing butts is a key part of it. Point 9. Circling before doing their business. Dogs circle before they go to the bathroom for a few reasons, with safety being the primary one. Doing their business makes them vulnerable, so they circle to ensure there are no dangers nearby. Circling also helps them assess the ground to see if it's comfortable. Additionally, it's a way for them to mark the area with their scent. Interestingly, some research suggests dogs might use Earth's magnetic fields to position themselves when doing their business, possibly orienting themselves north or south. So, next time your dog sniffs someone's behind, or even your own, remember that it's simply gathering essential information, not being rude. It's a natural, instinctual behavior deeply rooted in their biology. As strange as it might seem, it's just one of the many ways our dogs communicate with the world around them. Now that you know the truth behind this quirky habit, you can view your dog's behavior with a deeper understanding and appreciation. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about your dog's fascinating